NASA is counting down to the Crew 10 launch right now over at the Kennedy Space Center. This is a live look at the astronauts inside the Crew Dragon capsule and the rocket from the outside. The SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is expected to blast off in less than 3 minutes. I'm Stuart Moore.
And I'm Michelle Imparato. It is take two for this launch after it was scrubbed on Wednesday. On board the rocket, we have 2 American astronauts, 1 cosmonaut and 1 Japanese astronaut. They're headed for their normal 6-month rotation on the International Space Station. Now, this is all part of a mission to bring back astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, and they were only supposed to be in space for about 10 days, but they've been there for more than 9 months.
West 2 has live team coverage for you tonight. Tony Atkins is at Spaceview Park in Titusville as people gather to watch this launch. But let's start things off with our Megan Moriarty, who is live from the Kennedy Space Center. Megan, how are things looking?
Things are looking great here. So far, we haven't had any issues. Right now, they're in the terminal count. So what that means is that the computer systems have taken over and they're doing final checks to make sure that that rocket is safe for Crew 10 to go up. That means all of the people involved have given it the go. So that's great news. Health screenings looked good. The comms checks look good, meaning the ground crew can hear the astronauts, Crew 10, and vice versa. They can hear them as well. We actually, in the last 8 minutes or so, did get to hear from NASA astronaut Nicole Ayers. She gave kind of one final goodbye, a little speech before liftoff, saying thank you to all the engineers and people who worked on this mission. Also saying thank you to the friends and family, and then saying go Crew 10. So it's a really exciting moment, especially after that scrub earlier this week. It's good to see that everything is going well so far. We are 2 minutes and 30 seconds exactly out. And you know, you mentioned that Suni and Butch will be coming home, but the other really exciting part about this mission is that once Crew 10 gets to the ISS, which it'll take about a day for them to catch up to the ISS and attach there, once they get on board and once they start, you know, getting to work, they will be conducting more than 200 experiments, and all of them have to do with human health and different ways to learn how astronauts can survive in space long term. And the importance of that is so this way we can pave the way for the Artemis program, getting man back to the moon and then eventually to Mars. So really groundbreaking research, and it's just a really exciting time. I mean, here at Kennedy Space Center, obviously I'm sure the spectators out by Tony right now are really excited, but all of us here at Kennedy Space Center are also really excited. A lot of people have their phones out, their professional cameras, and kind of just standing by waiting for this masterpiece to go up in the air, especially at this time. It's going to be so beautiful as sunset is in about a half hour or so. So just a very exciting moment, and fingers crossed, and go Crew 10. Back to you guys.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. And like she said, there are people who come from near and far to see this thing go up into space. And they also came out Wednesday, too.
That's right. So this is the second go around for this launch. We have seen this before as people who live in Central Florida where scrubs have happened. We don't even want to say the S word. I probably should not have said that.
Don't say it.
But last time they did that, it was a way before we got to this point.
Yeah.
So we are hopeful that tonight's launch will go off without any hitches. Let's take a listen into NASA TV as we send Crew 10 up to the International Space Station.
And those gases will then get vented overboard through umbilicals and the strong back. And you just heard that call out that Dragon is an
ground gas
automated
closeouts, expect loud venting.
Well, you can hear that venting now. Obviously, rockets are very loud, and the sound can impart pressure loads back on the rocket itself. The ton of water absorbs and prevents the sound from hitting the structure and reverberating back onto the rocket. And that call out for auto idle puts the rocket in a state the flight computers understand before it takes over, making sure the transition to final countdown is smooth and all the flight computers on board are in sync and configured for launch.
Falcon 9 is startup.
And now we just heard the Falcon 9 is startup.
Countdown. 5,
And in the final
4,
countdown, less than a
3,
minute to go.
2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Go SpaceX, go NASA Crew 10. Copy, 1 Alpha.
And liftoff of Crew 10 now soaring to the International Space Station. 1.7 million pounds of thrust now propelling Falcon 9 and Crew 10. And we're continuing to get good call-outs on the first stage performance so far. seconds into today's flight.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Continuing to get good performance call-outs.
Stage 1 throttle down.
Yeah, we are throttling down the engines in preparation for Max Q. What great timing that was. We just passed through Max Q. That's the largest structural load that the vehicle will see on ascent.
Vehicle supersonic. Stage 1 throttle up.
We're now just over 1 minute and 10 seconds into today's flight, traveling at more than 1,400 miles per hour.
Stage 1 Bravo.
And we just heard that
Stage
call out
copies,
for
1 Bravo.
1 Bravo, which means we're in the second and final abort mode for the first stage, continuing to get good performance. And the crew already pulling over 2 Gs. Next up, we'll have a couple of events happening in rapid succession.
Effect chill started.
First will be that engine chill on the second stage impact engine, which we just heard. And then we'll have MECO, or main engine cutoff, where the 9 engines on the first stage will cut off ahead of the first and second stages will be separating from one another. Then the single Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage will ignite and continue to carry Crew 10 to orbit while the first stage begins its journey back to Earth. Now we're just 2 minutes into today's flight. The vehicle is traveling just under 4,000 miles per hour.
We're just about 20 seconds away from those events that Anna just mentioned. The 9 Merlin engines will shut down here in just about 10 seconds for
Stage 1 throttle
MECO,
down.
stage separation, and SES-1.
Main engine cutoff.
SpaceX Dragon, 2 Alpha.
Stage separation confirmed.
Copy, 2 Alpha.
Great call-outs and incredible views there on your
And
left-hand
recognition.
screen. On your left-hand screen, you can see a view from stage 1. And an extremely excited crowd here in Hawthorne. Awesome views of that boost back burn on the first stage, as well as the MVAC engine igniting on the second stage. Great views there. Now the booster is in its boost back burn. This is the first of 3 burns as it makes its way back down to Earth. This will last about 45 seconds. And the crew, 10 crew, is still on board Dragon attached to Falcon 9 second stage, which you can see there on your right-hand screen.
And we're now at 3 minutes and 20 seconds into today's flight. The vehicle is traveling about 6,500 miles per hour. And they are on their way to the space station. And we did have that confirmation coming up of the boost back shutdown. And then coming up at the T+6 minute mark. And there we have our first images of the crew inside the Dragon spacecraft as they make their way into orbit. And the crew
Dragon, SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
continuing to get good call-outs.
SpaceX Dragon, copy nominal.
Stage 2 continues to be on power with in its firing until we get to that second stage engine cutoff around the 9-minute mark of flight. About 5 minutes of flight to go before Dragon will be flying free.
Some cool views there on your left-hand screen. That's the first stage booster as it's making its way back down to Earth. This is a ground tracking camera getting these awesome views.
And on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see that lone Merlin vacuum engine of the second stage. We're continuing to get good performance on the second stage. And the crew's G loads will dip right when we hit the separation events, and it's going to continue to build up until then.
Dragon, SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
SpaceX Dragon, copy nominal.
We're now at 5 minutes into today's flight with a liftoff at 7:03 p.m. Pacific, 7:03 p.m. Eastern, 4:03 p.m. Pacific. Continuing to get good call-outs as Stage 1 makes its way back to Earth, and Stage 2 continues to fire, propelling Dragon into orbit.
If you're just now joining us, the 4 members of Crew 10 launched from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And they're currently on board Dragon Still attached to Falcon 9's second stage, which you're seeing there on your right-hand screen. On your left-hand screen, the first stage vehicle is making its way back down to Earth. It already completed the first of 3 burns as the boost back burn, and the next event coming up for that vehicle is going to be the entry burn.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
Great call outs there. That entry burn is coming up.
SpaceX Dragon, copy nominal.
That entry burn is coming up here in just under 20 seconds. We'll reignite 3 of those 9 Merlin 1D engines to help slow the vehicle down as it makes its way back into the Earth's atmosphere.
We're now just over 6 minutes into today's flight as Dragon and the second stage continue traveling at over 12,000 miles per hour, making their way into orbit and on the way to the International Space Station.
There, we just saw on the screen, it was very quick, but we had the entry burn, which we got some cool views of that from the ground, which is awesome. Now, the next event coming up will be the landing burn for the first stage. That's coming up here in about 30 seconds.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal trajectory.
Again, great call outs for
SpaceX Dragon, copy nominal.
Confirmation there from the crew as they continue to make their way into orbit. Now 7 minutes into today's flight, the first stage making its way back down to Earth and the second stage continuing to fire.
This is an awesome view. Let's see if we can see the center engine relight for that landing burn here in a few seconds. There's that landing burn. Let's watch as Falcon 9 touches down on landing zone 1.
Stage 2 SES complete.
And the crowd here is excited to see Falcon 9 touch down on landing zone 1.
And now that the first stage has made its way back to Earth, we're about a minute away from the second engine cutoff, which we're expecting around the 9-minute mark of today's flight. We're continuing to get good call-outs, and Dragon and all of the systems on the vehicle are performing as expected. Just over 8 minutes into today's flight, traveling more than 21,000 miles per hour.
Terminal guidance.
Hearing good call-outs. We're about 30 seconds away from that second engine cutoff, and then shortly after that, about a minute or so later, we will have orbital insertion.
SpaceX Dragon, Shannon.
SpaceX copy, Shannon.
And that call out there for Shannon, and that is the call out for Shannon, Ireland, which is the final abort stage for the second stage off the coast of Ireland. Standing by for a second engine cutoff.
And back shutdown. Dragon SpaceX, nominal orbit insertion.
And there we heard,
SpaceX Dragon, copy.
there we heard confirmation
Launch
of
escape system disarmed.
good confirmation of orbital insertion. Crew 10 is now well on their way to the International Space Station following a 9.5-minute flight uphill.
Now, the second stage is preparing for Dragon separation here, which should happen shortly, in about 10-15 seconds is what we're expecting. Now we're preparing for stabilizing the second stage so that we can have a smooth separation.
And there you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, the crowd is going wild. There on your screen, you can see that Dragon separation, that second stage making its way, and Dragon is now flying free. 10 minutes into today's flight, that was about a minute after we had that second engine cutoff and orbital insertion. And it looks like a good separation, good rates. Dragon now flying free. There on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see some first images of Crew 10 inside the Dragon Endurance spacecraft as they're now successfully in orbit.
Dragon, SpaceX Chief Engineer on Countdown 1. On behalf of the entire Falcon team, we thank you for flying with Falcon and wish you a great mission. Over to LD.
It was an honor flying with you this evening. We wish you well on your journey and give Crew 9 our best. Thank you for flying SpaceX.
I love that it sounded like they were just landing at an airport like a regular old flight.
Thanks for flying.
Thanks for flying. It was
I
a
love it.
picture-perfect launch
Yeah.
from our Space Coast once again. We see these oftentimes, most of the time without people on board, but when you can see the impact of, we sent those 4 people behind us
I know.
to space just now.
And not only that, you can just imagine Butch and Sunny up in space doing flips. They're excited.
They're excited they finally get to come back
Yeah.
to Earth and come home.